Hello students, welcome to this channel. In this video, I am explaining the solutions of miscellaneous exercise on chapter 1 sets. Question number 1. Decide among the following sets which sets are subsets of one another. A. X such that X belongs to R. X satisfies x square minus 8x plus 12 equal to 0. Set B is 2, 4, 6. Set C 2, 4, 6, 8, etc. Set D 6. So first we have to find the set A. The set A is the solution, that is we have to solve this equation x square minus 8x plus 12 equal to 0. So when you solve this, you get x is 2 or 6. So the set A is 2, 6. Set B 2, 4, 6. Set C 2, 4, 6, 8, etc. Set D is 6. Is A subset of B? First we have to check with A. Yes. When will you say a set is a subset of another set? If each and every element of this set, if each and every element is present in the second set, then we say the first set is a subset of the second set. So here we can see 2 belongs to B. 6 also is in B. That means all the elements in A are present in B. So A is a subset of B. Similarly, A and D. Can you say A is a subset of D? No. 2 is not in D. So A is not a subset of D. Is A a subset of C? Yes. 2, 6 is present. 2 and 6, they are present in C. So A is a subset of C. Now we go to B. Is B a subset of A? No. Because 4 is not present in A. Is B subset of C? Yes. 2, 4, 6 are present in C. Is B a subset of D? No. Because 2 and 4 are not present in D. Now we come to D. Is D a subset of A? Yes. We have 6 in D and 6 is present in A. So D is a subset of A. Is D a subset of B? Yes. 6 is present in B. So D is a subset of B. Is D subset of C? Yes. 6 is present in C. So that means A is a subset of B. A is a subset of C. Then B is a subset of C. B is a subset of C. Then D is a subset of A. D is a subset of B. D is a subset of C. Now we move on to the second question. In each of the following, determine whether the statement is true or false. If it is true, we have to prove. If it is false, give an example. First one, X belongs to A and A belongs to B, then X belongs to B. Now, listen. If it is true, if a statement is true, then it should be true for all the values. It should be true everywhere. If a statement, if you are saying that this statement is true, then it should be true everywhere. For all the values of the sets, it should be true. If you say it is false, one example is enough to prove that it is false. Okay, if it is true, it should be true for all. That means it should be true for every condition. Let's give first one. X belongs to A belongs to B, X belongs to B. Is this true? Now I'm going to say it is false. Okay, because if I take A as some A comma X, some elements, and set B as B, A, X and some D. So X belongs to A. Yes, X is in A. This element X is in the set A. A belongs to B. That means the set A, as set A itself is present in B. Set A belongs to B. That is set A belongs to B. The set A itself it is as an element in B. So set A is in B. Yes, the full set. This is a set actually is one element of B. This set A, this you can see this bracket, that means there is a set. That set is as an element in B. So set A belongs to B. That's why it is given belongs to B. Okay. Now, but is it necessary that X should be there in B? Not necessary. Or X may be in B or X may not be in. X may be an element of B or may not be an element of B. Here I have given an example. X is not there in B. Okay. X is present in A. X belongs to A and AX belongs to B, but X is not in B. This is an example. If I put X here separately, then I can say X belongs to B. So this is not true always. That's why I told you, if it is true, it should be true for all values. So as I told you, if you are just saying the statement is true, then it should be true for all values. It should be true everywhere. Okay. If you say it is false, one example is enough. So I have given one example where this given statement is false. Now the second statement, if A is a subset of B, B belongs to C, then A belongs to C. Is this statement true always? That's what you're going to check. If you are saying it is true, it should be true always for all values. Let us check. I given an example here. A is a subset of B. So I have given a set A as 1. Set B 1, 2, 3. So A is a subset of B. Correct? A is a subset of B. When will you say it is a subset? If every element of the set A is present in set B, then we say the set A is a subset of set B. Yes, here it is a subset. B belongs to C. The set B is present in set C. That means the set B as like an element, as an individual element, it is there in set C. So I have defined a set C as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now the question is, set A. Is it necessary the set A should be here? Not necessary. It can be here, it may be there, or it may not be there. So this is a false statement. It may be true in some cases. As I told you, if it is true, it should be true in all cases. So one example, if you can say that it is false, then it is a false statement. One example is enough to prove the given statement is false. I given one example here saying that the given statement is false because A is the set, A is 1. The 1 is not here. Not necessarily should be there. Still you can have B as an element of C. So this is a false statement. Third statement is A is a subset of B, B is a subset of C, and then A is a subset of C. This is very simple. A is a subset of B means B is a superset. That is all the elements of A are present in B. B is a subset of C means all the elements in B are present in C. So A will be a subset of C. You can give an example here. A is 1. Any example you can give. B is 1, 2. C is suppose 1, 2, 3. Now set A. It is a subset of set B because 1 is present in this. Set B is a subset of set C because 1, 2. They are present in set C. So A is a subset of B, B is a subset of C, that means A will be a subset of C. So it's a true statement. A will be a subset of C. Next statement, A is not a subset of B, B is not a subset of C, then A is not a subset of C. Not necessary. Because I can give an example, A is 5, B I can give 4, 6. So A is not a subset of B, correct? 5 is not present in the set B. That means A is not a subset of B. B is not a subset of C. I given an example like that. So B is 4, 6 and C is 5, 6, 9. 4 is not present in C. That means B is not a subset of C. But A is a subset of C because 5 is present in the set C. A can be a subset of C. So the given statement is false. So one example if you give, that is enough to say the statement is false. Next one, question number 5. The next statement, X belongs to A and A is not a subset of B. X belongs to B. Okay, that's what we are going to check. So X belongs to A. Take now some number. Suppose X is 2. 2 belongs to A. And A is not a subset of B. I have taken B as 2, 4, 6. So 3 is not there. So A is not a subset of B. Now, but this 2 belongs to B. But if I take 3 is not in B. It says X can be anything. If you take X as 2, yes, it is there. Then you say it is true. No. If I take X as 3 is not in B. That means the given statement is false. So it should be true for all values. It is not true. For X is 2, it is true. For X is 3, it is not true. So the given statement is false. So this is false. Sixth one, A is a subset of B and X is not in B. For example, take A as 1, 2 and B as 1, 2, 3. A is a subset of B. If X is not in B, this is a set A, this is your set B. If X is not in A, if suppose your X is 4 is not in B, it will not be there in A. Yes, it is a true statement. If A is a subset of B, all the elements of A will be there in B. All the elements. Suppose if we have 5, if 5 is not there in this set, 5 will not be there because it is a subset. All the elements should be there. Suppose if it is 5 is here, then it is not a subset. So if all the elements of A are present in B, that is true statement. Okay. If A is a subset of B, all the elements of A are present in B. So one extra element not in B means it will not be there in A also. This is a true statement. Next, question number 3. Let A, B and C are the sets such that A union B is equal to A union C. A intersection B is equal to A intersection C. Show that B is equal to C. So it's given A union B is equal to A union C. A union B means a full region. A union B is this region. So A union B is equal to A union C. A union C. That is, and A intersection B is also equal to A intersection C. And already A and A are equal. What is left? B and C. So B will be equal to C. It's very clear in the Venn diagram because A union B, the full region is equal. The full A union B is equal to A union C. And this part is also equal. This is also equal. This part A, that is finally the set B will be equal to C. So if we want to prove it, let us prove by using the distributive property. So A union B is equal to A union C is given. So take intersection B. We are going to prove B is equal to C. And we have to use this condition intersection B. So take intersection B on both the sides. It is like multiplying by 3 on both the sides. Same property we are using here. Now A union B intersection B will be equal to B only, isn't it? A union, suppose A is 1, 2 and B is suppose 3, 4. What is A union B? It will be 1, 2, 3, 4. What is A union B intersection B? What is A union B intersection? What is common? This 3, 4. 3, 4 is nothing but the set B. So A union B intersection B is equal to B. And A union C intersection B, use the distributive property here. You have used the distributive property. What is the distributive property? 3 plus 4 into x. What will you do? 3 into x plus 4 into x. That is called as the distributive property. 3 into x plus 4 into x. The same property, A intersection B union C intersection B. A intersection B, put the union sign. So this is equal to, how do you write this? 3 into x plus 4 into x. Same thing. A intersection B, the union sign, the union here, then A, C intersection B. Now, but it is given A intersection B is equal to A intersection C. So just replace that A intersection B as A intersection C because it is given. Union C intersection B, B intersection C, both are same. That is equation, take this as equation 1. Now the same thing, given A union B is equal to A union C. Put intersection C now, because the question is you have to prove B is equal to C. So put intersection C on both the sides. So here we use the distributive property here. A intersection C union B intersection C. Once again, A union C intersection C, same property. If you have B and B, if you have B and B, you will write B here. If it is C and C, you will write C here. If it is A and A, you will get A. So it is C intersection C, you will get the answer C.